Hello, hello. Now we're going to be seeing the face. The face is actually really powerful, I believe. It's kind of good. It's a new face. We're still developing it. In case you want to add something, remove something, or some change, let us know because it's kind of in early stages, but I think it's working really nice. The first one is going to be the attributes. This is going to be where the attributes are saved. So we use this one as to show and hide the tweakers and the middle of controllers. Then we have the eyebrows. The eyebrows, I prefer to have them a little bit inside of the face. Remember that every square is going to be one controller. So ideally, for what I've been liking at least, you don't want to put them like really in the corner. You want them to be like more in the middle, because if you put the end in here, it's going to have a little bit of rotation. If you move it more like to the center, it's going to have way more rotation. And what I mean is like these ones. Like this doesn't really want to be like really in the end of the eyebrow. They want to be like more in the center. They can also actually be like more going into the center in this character. And this one, as you can see, is not over here because we want to be able to rotate them. And if they are in the center, you cannot in the edge, you cannot rotate them like from a logical point. Also, you can put them like outside if you feel like doing that, but I prefer to have a little bit of fresh flesh. It adds a little bit of control. And in here, the settings are quite, everything is ready for you. They need to be game mode. If they are not game mode, they are not going to be working. Then we have the eyelids. The eyelid, they need to be in the position of this one. So modify, transform, and match it to this one. This one needs to be 0 in rotation, because if you rotate it, it's going to be rotating the build, and that is a design, so we can have like little tweaks in case we need them. So just keep that in mind. Just keep it like in 0. Then in here is really important, because if you are not using this character, you will be having issues building, and it's because you need to set the upper edge and set the lower edge. So let's just delete everything in here, delete everything in here, and do the selection. So for this one, I think I will be using this edge. I think it's the one that makes more sense, but I don't like that we cannot like go like this. So for the example, let's go like this. I will be using this through here as the upper, this through here as the lower, and ideally the end vertex is more to the X than the last to end vertex. Because if you do it like this, the end vertex is this one and not this one, so it doesn't make sense. So the end one needs to be like the X value, the greatest. And the eye pivot is going to be this one, so that's it. Then we have the orbicularis. This one is a wire, so for this one you need to come here. And I believe you need to set... no, this one is not a wire, this one is a ribbon. For this one, it's a wire in the other system, for this one it's just a ribbon. So just keep in mind that one joint is going to be probably in one of each square, and this is going to be for the outer part of the eye. So it's important that it's not like this. It needs to be like a little bit bigger. So you keep that in mind, because the skinning is going to be harder if you put it really close to the eyelid. It needs to be separated for the skinning to be easier. And then the other side, I sorry that they are not symmetrical, but what you can do is really simple. Just delete this one, copy this one, and just flip it over, and you are good to go. You can either flip it like whoop, whoop, and that's it. And just change the name, and that's how you mirror it in an easy way. Sorry about that. Then we have the mouth. The mouth, we need to put the corner of the mouth in here. Just keep in mind that you want to have some flesh, but in this one the character is really skinny, so you cannot have like flesh, because if you put it like this, it's going to be a little awkward going like to the front. So we just play a little bit with the values on the cheek, and that's it. Then we have this one in the center of the mouth, so we can rotate the mouth side to side from the center. Then we have the jaw. You can angle it in case you want the control to be angled a little bit. Then we have the upper lip that you need to put like not in the front, but in the back a little bit. Also the down, not in here, but in here. We can also like extreme it a little bit, like going even more deep, so the rollout is even better. And in the block, you need to set the upper and the lower edge. So In here, as you can see, let's delete, let's delete. We're going to be probably using this vertex. And let's go from, from here through here. We're going to be setting the lower edge and the top edge. And don't worry if you put the upper in the lower and the lower in the upper, that's a normal error. Just keep that in mind because that happened to me a lot sometimes. Then we have the nose, that is just FK chain, as you can see, nothing fancy. Just FK chain. Then we have the nostrils, and that is an FK chain, but we have mirror. And the parent is going to be this one. If you need to have more control in the nose, just feel free to add more FK chains, but I believe that this is more than enough. Then we have the cheek, that is just a bone in here in the center. Ideally aim toward, but you can just play with the orientation in case you want to. Then you have the cheekbone, that is going to be the bone in here. Then you have the other cheekbone because it's not mirrored, because it's a ribbon. And you cannot mirror them in here. Then you have the mid-brow, that is just a controller in the middle of the brow to control this kind of expressions. Then you have some code in here for automating some of the processes. In this one, what we are working on is push mid-brow. So whenever you move the brow to going to the center, the mid-brow is going to be adding volume in here. And I believe in here it's also going to be adding volume when this one goes down. So I can show you that probably after we build. And that is going to be the mid-brow nose, as I mentioned, this is it, and this is the push, so when the brow goes down, this one is going to the front to gain volume. Then the teeth up, the lower teeth, nothing fancy, the tongue, also nothing fancy, just FK chain. Then we're converting all these joints to the skeleton joints, so they are working engine. And then we have some automations. So the cheek automations is when you move the lip down, the cheek is moving a little bit up, so it gains volume, and this one is also moving a little bit up. Then we have when the lip is going back, this one is going to be going up, to the front, so it's gaining also volume to make it like more realistic. And then we are just doing some hierarchy changes because everything is going to be parented to the root, and we want them to be parented to the head. So we just do these constraints, and that's the face. So thank you for watching the face placement, and see you in the next video where we see the fancy stuff that goes to the end.